Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time. We are currently at CoHarbor, our studio sponsor, right?
So beautiful.
Oh, what a wonderful
Love it.
place. We get such great feedback about them and what they're doing. What's so great about CoHarbor?
Yes. So the owner, Jeremiah Callahan's just phenomenal. His attention to detail from the sound, from the aesthetics, he even got me a little microphone holder for our live Instagrams, Frank. I mean, just the attention to detail to service the business owners here who work out of here is phenomenal.
And what you always feel welcomed here. You always feel a part of this community. It's the most welcoming place that I've ever engaged. And we have some amazing people that work out of here as well.
We do. And they actually have a greeting host, which is incredible during their peak hours.
What an idea, right?
Yes, but some of the people working out of here, you just want to be here just to say hi to them, like Chantel Bridges.
Ooh, and MelindaJoy Mingo.
Yes.
And our friend Tom
Carlson.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful people. And Lisa and I also engaged their facility in Denver called Coworking, which is a fantastic facility.
Gorgeous, yes. And we have to do a huge shout out for Alan Briggs.
Yes.
He is our right-hand man, especially in this podcast studio. He has given us great wisdom and insight on how to use all the bougie stuff that they have in here.
The bougie stuff. Yeah.
It is. It's high end.
It is. It's wonderful. We're so blessed to be able to be here at CoHarbor, and you need to come in and do a 14-day free trial of this facility. Lisa, tell them a little bit about some of the great things that CoHarbor offers.
Yes. Well, their membership starts at $25 on up, and that gets them 24/7 access to a beautiful, gorgeous space. And not only that, Frank, you know what they have?
What?
Amazing pour over coffee, which all of my friends love, and I love the tea. They have hot tea, and they have iced coffee, and they have sparkling water, all the things. It's so beautiful here. So come and check them out.
Well, come on down and join us at Corporate and Tech Center Drive. Beautiful location over here. You can't miss us. We're sponsored by the great Joshua Geary with Crescio. And Joshua just won Hispanic Rising Professional of the Year. Yay! He's been with us so long, and he is really produces and helps us with this show.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Crescio.
Yes, so Crescio, they offer pay what you can consultations, and they specialize in not only just Chat GPT, but they will work with your business to help you get sustainable and then leave and leave you successful. Their goal is not to stay with you forever. Their goal is to keep you moving with excellence.
Indeed. And you know, AI is the rage right now. Joshua is an expert in AI, and he and his team can help you navigate the sometimes scary road of AI and what's happening, and deliver work with you that you won't have to worry about all the myths about AI. They know how it works for you. You know, and what I do love, Lisa, about Crescio is the pay what you can consultations to the underserved southeast sector of our city, reaching out and trying to help people.
Absolutely. So check them out at Crescio.com.
Indeed. We're sponsored by Brandon Kurt from Planet Duck.
Yes, he's the owner of Planet Duct, and he has the largest vacuums, strongest vacuums. And what is his slogan again, Frank?
Yeah, they're stronger than the vacuum of space. And Brandon and his family, with his 3 children, are just incredible. I know them personally.
Me too.
We've had a great opportunity to know them. He's a great family man. 25 years, been married to, what is his wife's name? Gava?
And she's a beautiful artist, and yes, they have an amazing farm as well.
They do. And he loves Star Wars. So if you're into that scene, give Brandon a call. He loves Star Wars, all things Star Wars-y.
Yes, not only that, but he loves the Colorado Springs. His give back throughout all local businesses in town is amazing, and we sure do appreciate him in town. They do have the strongest vacuums in Colorado,
Indeed.
which will help you get amazing air quality for your home.
Indeed. They find all kinds of stuff in our vent systems. They've done my house as well, and so many of my friends.
Yep.
They really are the cream of the crop when it comes to duct cleaning.
They are.
And one last thing, you know, many of you didn't know this, but Brandon has mentored many small business people in this community.
Yes.
His give back to our community is exceptional. So make sure to look them up because they are
Stronger than the vacuum of space.
Yes, they are.
We are sponsored by the
Well, welcome everyone. It's Monday, Lisa.
Yes, it is. Happy Monday, everybody.
We are the Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa here on Motivation Monday. We're so glad that you would be a part of our show today because we are all about infusing hope and encouragement into community, and we do it by speaking to amazing humans, right?
Yes.
So we get a chance to do that again today, Lisa. So what do you say?
And it's our 100th show today.
No, it is.
Yes.
Serious?
Yes.
Oh, right here, Frank, right here. Yeah, girl.
Yes,
That's
we're so
awesome.
excited to celebrate.
we couldn't have
Happy.
Yes.
2 more awesome people here for our 100th
Right?
show.
Exactly.
I guess between us, we might be 100.
Well, with me, you're way more than that. So, welcome to the Be Encouraged show. I'm Frank Sinclair.
I'm Lisa Sinnott.
We provide a platform for entrepreneurs and community-focused individuals to expand their reach and to create a positive impact in the Colorado Springs community and beyond. And you're joining us live today from Colorado Springs with some great guests. If you want to join us internationally, just go and select international via Instagram, and you can join us from anywhere in the world.
And today's show is sponsored by Crescio, who offers to help entrepreneurs with pay-what-you-can consultations to understand AI agents, the latest topic du jour everyone's talking about.
Indeed.
So use them to increase your sales and lower your overhead. Visit Crescio.com to learn more and check out the flyer that we provided you all later.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
The great Joshua Geary
Yes.
and his team at Crescio. So glad for them. Today, we get to introduce two beautiful ladies.
Yes, so
I know all you
excited.
dudes out there are just like jealous.
Yeah.
I get to sit with three beautiful women, you don't.
So take
Yeah.
that.
Well, I'm talking about.
Well, we get to sit with the most handsome man.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I own that.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Michelle?
Yeah.
Most handsome man.
Yeah. She knows.
We have the incredible. I'm going to introduce one. I want you to introduce the other
All right.
as well as we do. My dear, dear, dear friend, Dr. MelindaJoy Mingo, who would barely give me a hug today.
Yeah, she
You
was-
know, I'm still hurt by that. But a couple hours of therapy, I'll be okay. Right, yes. So we'll send you the bill. though. So Dr. Mingo is the author of The Colors of Culture. She's a Tedx speaker, 100 Women and No Honoree, international leadership coach, human resource executive, and lecturer, UEH.
UEH.
Oh, it's an international business school in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam.
Oh,
Yeah, we were
okay.
supposed to just know that, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's written down, so I should have known it. International School of Business, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Boy, we're going to have some interesting conversation
Yeah, we are.
around that.
Yes.
Indeed. Yeah. Who else we have?
All right, and to her right, the beautiful, I've been really excited to have her on our show, Mrs. Renee Behr, a dedicated real estate professional and community leader in Colorado Springs.
Indeed.
She has worked in residential real estate alongside her husband since '87. She is passionate about connecting people. She founded, which I was so excited to know that I did not know. So she founded A Daughter's Heart, which my daughter has gone to for many,
that's
many
so
years.
cool.
She was 7 years old. She's now 15. And she's served on multiple boards, continues to make a lasting impact through her leadership and commitment to service.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Wow, two powerhouses
Yeah.
in our community.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I think after introductions, we probably can end the show.
I know.
What else is there to say?
I mean, my God, just on their bios alone.
MelindaJoy, would you be so kind, my friend, as to share with our audience a little bit about not just what you do, but who you are?
Yes.
Give us a little synopsis of MelindaJoy.
Your
MelindaJoy.
I believe that my mission in life is to ignite purpose and potential in others. And so that's my mission. I want other people to not only see their potential in life, but to also be able to go after it, fulfill it. So everything that I do centers around igniting potential and hope in people. And so,
Oh, I love that.
yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, where did that come from?
It came from me feeling my own story of growing up in inner city Chicago. And it's adopted, not that being adopted, there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But it's just that my mom had so much trauma. My dad was killed when I was 8 weeks old. And because of the trauma of that, I was separated from my 5 brothers and sisters. And so I was shipped off to a strange couple and was, hey, can you take her? They go, well, we'll take her. And so growing up, I just had this inability to really see myself as a person of worth or any kind of value. And just, the environment that I grew up in, all of those things. So at 13 years old, I just made a commitment. I said, what I want to do is at some point, I was in the back of an alley. It was a housing project called the Cabrini Green Housing Project. Yeah. and wall-to-wall rats, and just we wake up every morning, there's mice all over the place. I never had my own bedroom until I was 13. I slept in a corner of a room
Either.
with people for 13 years. So when people would talk about their own bedrooms and stuff, I said I never had that as a child. I don't know the experience. But I gathered some kids in the back of the alley when I was 13, and I kept some of my allowance. And I said, okay, we're going to have a leadership group here in Cabrini Green. And they go, well, what is it, lady? I was 14, I think. Yeah, they said, what you going to do, lady? I said, I got candies and everything, but you can't come back here and get nothing until you tell me what you're going to be when you grow up. And they were like, you're an old woman, you're 14. But
You're so old.
and so they were like 8 and 9. They go, we don't know, lady. I said, well, you got to say something. Okay, I'm going to be a nurse, I'm going to be a whatever. But that group spread. I just wanted people to know you have potential.
Yes.
Your circumstances don't define who you are.
Don't.
You define your circumstances.
Yes.
Wow. So did you hear someone as a teenager to ignite that?
Yeah,
That just came naturally.
It came to you.
No, because I just think too in life, everybody doesn't have someone to speak into their lives.
Right.
But there's something within you when you there's something there's something within you that says, you know what? If I don't have an inner motivation, I may not have people saying, oh, MelindaJoy, you're whatever. But I just felt it because I have been so alienated, and I had been bullied in high school, and I had to get police escorts, and
Oh my.
I had girls who would come behind me and cut my hair in the line in the cafeteria. I looked back, and they had scissors, and they cut my hair off. I was so bullied I had to get police escorts and change schools. So when you go through that stuff, sometimes you don't really need anybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need an inner drive that's bigger than yourself.
Wow.
Wow.
What
Right.
a story.
Isn't that
yeah.
true?
Yeah.
So that's why, and so in the midst of all of that, as I was seeing my friends around me dying at 13 and 14, and I grew up, it was horrific. But it wasn't that the people who grew up in the housing projects didn't have hope. We were so stereotyped because we were poor. Now, we had a lot of bad gangsters up in there.
Oh, yeah.
But not all of us. But then someone caught a hold of that I was having this leadership group in the alley. And they said, there's a little girl back there. She's holding a leadership group and handing out popsicles and stuff. And so I got an award from the mayor.
Wow.
That does not surprise me.
Yes.
No, it does not.
But to interject just a little bit, the reason why MelindaJoy and I always say we're sisters
Yes, we are.
is because we have similar paths. And I also created a lot of things in our community with, remember the muscular dystrophy
Oh, yeah.
things with Jerry Lewis and things of that nature. But I was bullied severely in high school. I had a knife pushed up against my throat.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of times people think that those things don't happen to us, but they do. And
Who
we
was
had
us?
It was us.
we didn't
White people.
I'm sorry.
The gringas of the world.
I want to make sure that we were clear who us is, right? So
And it's not a pretty picture.
it's not.
So wait, Renee, where did you grow up?
I'm from Saginaw, Michigan, or Carlton, actually, and it was a very diverse, and that's why I love this topic. For MJ and I, we've had these conversations because I grew up in a very diverse community, and it was 50% white, probably 40% African American, and also a Hispanic culture,
Wow.
and also mafia. And it's you don't think of these things, but these things really do play a lot into who you become as a person.
Oh, yes.
And you know it's true, and I'm sorry, but I was going to say hate, disrespect, and foolishness is an EOE. It's an equal
It
opportunity.
transcends.
Yes, it does. It totally does. I love that. It's so true. Yeah. 'Cause I grew up in the Bay Area too. It's a melting pot of all nationalities and colors of skin, and
Which is great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I loved
Ignorance
it.
is ignorance.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, give us a little bit more specifics then, Renee, about your story coming up, because I've never heard it.
Well,
And I've known you a long
you have
time.
known me. You've known me forever.
Yeah, and I'm hurt that you wouldn't share that with me.
Another therapy session.
No, 2 more hours. That's 4.
That's who I hang with, right? With MJ. So it's really kind of fun about my story is I grew up as a Roman Catholic, went to Catholic school, and there's 12 of us, 10 kids, 5 boys, 5 sisters, and my mom and dad into a very tiny home, 3 bedrooms, 1 full bath, and a half bath. So imagine 12 people trying to get out of it. I mean, we're talking, you didn't have a room. I shared my room with 3 or 4 other sisters, depending on the availability.
2, yeah.
I got 2 pairs of shoes a year. One was a dress shoe and one was a tennis shoe. And so we weren't, I never considered myself in poverty. My dad was an engineer, but we didn't have much. But we didn't know that. We didn't know that, right?
Yeah.
And so what's interesting is the reason why I started the father-daughter dinner dance to kind of step into that is because of the lack of relationship with my dad, because we have 5 brothers, and what do men do? They gravitate to their boys.
Sons, yeah.
And so that's where Daughter's Heart was birthed, because I did a lot of not kosher things, promiscuity, a lot of drinking. Really, I didn't dabble much with drugs. They kind of freaked me out. But you do these, you make decisions that are not healthy. I got married when I was 18, divorced when I was 19. I got pregnant with Brandon, and my oldest son kept him when the world told me to abort him. And I'm just thrilled that I was able to make those choices.
Yes.
And then I had to divorce his dad, even though we weren't married. And then I found the love of my life, Ed, and we've been married in May 38 years.
Wow. How cool is that?
It's pretty cool.
He is an amazing human.
Yes.
Right. That's something I was wondering. How did you snag that human?
I don't know. My sisters are like, how did she get him? I don't know.
Oh my
That's
God.
God's grace.
How did you guys meet?
God's grace.
Was that in Michigan?
No,
or?
we met at a club here in Colorado Springs called Shadows, and he saw
I remember
me.
Shadows.
Everybody who's our age, friends,
Right.
Shadows.
Yeah. I used to jam in Shadows.
And he just thought I was, that I guess I was really attractive back in the day, so he was
Well,
like,
you're not doing bad right now,
Yeah,
girl.
you're beautiful. What are you
Hanging
talking
like you
about?
mean it or something.
To be encouraged.
That's right.
To be encouraged.
What you talking about? Thank you, Renee, for sharing that. It's great to get a little snapshot, right, of her life, and because she is such a community treasure.
She is.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, he is kind of a
Community
background human, You
You're the
rarely
forefront.
see. Yeah. Yeah. You're the face of that place.
if it wasn't for Ed, I couldn't be in the forefront.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Supporter.
You need, my wife is that way. You can hardly ever see her.
Yeah.
But without her, I wouldn't exist.
You wouldn't.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I'm agreeing
That's
wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
Amen. I praise God for Michelle every day.
Not as much as I do.
She's a beautiful human.
Yes, she is. What an incredible
Yeah.
person. I told you, MelindaJoy, your book is incredible.
It is.
I've read it, but the print font is a little bit challenging for us senior people, right?
Let me check this out. It's not bad.
It's not too bad,
She
but
said seniors.
that's right. How would you know what I'm
Oh,
talking
that's
about?
right. I'm not there yet. I've got a couple more years.
She's on the fringe of
You're on the
senior.
fringe. Seniorhood.
Well, now though, you don't get the senior discount till 65, so
No,
I've got a
55.
ways to go.
It's 55.
No, not when you go to restaurants.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, all I can tell you is the first time somebody said, "Ma'am, would you like to use your discount?" I'm like, "What discount? Your senior citizen?" I'm like, "What? You think I'm a senior citizen?"
What make you think that?
And then now I'm like, "Bring it!"
Yes.
I take every discount you got.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm all about the discount. So.
Culture is very, very important. You wrote a book called The Culture The Colors of Culture.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right?
I did.
Tell us about it.
Well, the book, The Colors of Culture, and the subtitle is really The Beauty of Diverse Friendships.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it because color is typically tied to race, how we look on the outside. And what I realized is that we're not just our color. The color, people will say, I'm colorblind. I'm like, you don't have to be colorblind.
Yeah.
You can be color coordinated.
That's so good.
just love everything.
Yeah.
And so for me, I personally, and I know for everybody's different, I don't want to just talk about my race all the time.
Yeah.
Me too.
No,
It's
I'm
a
just
distraction
like,
from who you
I'm
are.
like,
It
I'm
is,
more
yes.
than that. I said one of my friends was blind, and he never saw the color of my skin, and all
Right.
he said was, "You're so beautiful, Melinda Joy," and he was talking about my heart. So I traveled. And this book, The Colors of Culture, is about the color of life. It's not the color of our skin. I do talk about you don't have to be colorblind to say I don't see black people. I don't see. Yes, you do, but that is not how we relate to each other. We relate as
Right, you're
sisters.
clarifying that.
Yeah.
We relate as sisters. We relate as brothers. So I took off for a year in my gypsyhood moment and trying to find my life, trying to find something different. And I traveled around the world. I mean, it took a few years, but from Ethiopia to Addis Ababa, when I worked in a medical clinic, when I was in Kenya in the village with the Maasai tribe, killing blood, cattle and bringing blood chunks over from in Vietnam to every place I've traveled, to Turkey, to London. What I realized is that there is a South African term, and it is Ubuntu.
Ubuntu.
And Ubuntu says that human kindness can always supersede everything else.
Yes.
Right.
That I am who I am
Because you are who
because
you
you are who you are.
Yes.
I'm not just who I am because I'm all that. No, I'm not. I am who I am because we're human beings having a human experience. And so I wrote that. The whole entire book is about life, the journeys around the world, how I had to let go of my preconceived notions and prejudices. Growing up in a black community in Chicago, Black Power, peace to the people.
Yeah.
And then I realized the people who helped me the most were not like me.
Wow.
Well, that's why her and I relate so much, because I have the same experience.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's not where I got affirmed.
Yeah.
I was in segregation up until almost high school, right? But that was not, affirmation never happened for me in that context. Affirmation came when I joined the Air Force.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Right, and there were very few black people in the Air Force when I joined. So it made a difference in how I felt about myself.
It does.
So I'm so glad, because I can't stand it when people say, I'm colorblind. I
know.
don't see, I'm going to,
They don't know
dark
what to
as I
say.
am.
They don't know what to say.
Yeah,
It's just, they're socially awkward.
They
with
don't
that.
know. They really don't.
don't know
Yeah.
what to say.
And that's why I even paused on the difference,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is because we were taught to be so sensitive.
Yeah.
And there's people that, like, if you say that, oh, you're wrong, you just say
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you're wrong. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we just want to love.
Yeah.
Right? We're all
And I
people.
know typically that's a hard motivation for saying that.
It is.
So I don't go off on anyone for that.
Yeah.
But I used to teach diversity in corporate setting as well before it became what it is today. And that's another topic that I won't
Yeah.
get into. But
I do have a question for you, though.
Right,
So,
yeah.
how were you traveling? Like, were you in the military? What started? How did you go from where you grew up in the projects to being overseas?
I was trying to think how. Oh, I know. I was trying to think, how did I get
You wondered too.
there?
from Sabrina Green
Completely
doing.
green too. Well, I actually joined an organization called the Navigators.
Oh yes! Oh, I love the
I saw Jerry
navigators.
White last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was at the. Cause
He was there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my heroes.
Yeah.
So after the death of my husband, when we moved to this city here, I became a part of the Navigators, and I was one of the national directors of intercultural training. And so my first assignment was they sent me to a Navajo reservation in Chinle, Arizona. it's called mini farms, to do training on the reservation. Then after that, they just said, well, here we go. So I ended up, I think a year after joining the Navigators in Kenya. And from there, other places, because I was doing training about people. Just the value worth of people, leadership stuff. But Vietnam came about as someone asked me, MelindaJoy, would you be willing to go to Vietnam and teach? If we paid your way at a university, they have never seen a black professor there.
Oh, wow.
And so would you be willing to? So that's how Vietnam came to be. And so I've been over there for now 10 years. And I actually, most people don't know I lived there for a while. When they didn't see me here in the city, I was in Vietnam.
Okay.
I knew.
You knew.
See, I knew something. I knew something.
You did.
So you guys were friends already during that time?
Yes.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Yes. Who cannot be a friend with Frank?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I got a question for you. You ready for this?
Uh-oh.
I'm going to do my
Here we
all
go.
intensive, most famous question that I give people. Robert Frost's quote. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Renee Behr, what's your road less traveled?
Wow.
I love that.
You need to frame it differently for me, Frank.
Okay, let me frame it differently then. What has been the biggest challenge in your life in the creation of Renee Behr?
The lies, the shame, overcoming the lies, the shame, shame on you. And also, I think when you're raised in a very strict Roman Catholic, I totally am a believer of Jesus Christ. He is my Lord and Savior. But he didn't throw rules that were so strict on you. And like whatever you did, and like we'd have to pray. I don't know, MJ, if you did this, but on my way to school every day, I prayed the salvation prayer. Because we were taught that if we died between when we were doing the salvation prayer and death, that you would not go to heaven.
Oh my.
And just that, it all was horrific. And I think that when you see your worth, your value, and who God created you to be, you can really become somebody, because that's who he wants you to lift up. And what I really love about all of my past is like being able to see people now for who they are.
Yes.
And my heart's desire in this city of Colorado Springs is to help women mainly, not men. Men as well are important, very important. But for women to see each other so they understand and they don't judge as much.
Yes.
And that somehow we can have a conversation. We don't have to agree,
Right.
but we have to have a conversation and a knowledge. And I think my whole upbringing and all of that, and not belonging, not feeling like I was somebody. I mean, that's a lot of kids to have to compete with to get
Yes.
attention from your parents. It sounds really funny, but I'm glad for that road less traveled, because now I get to travel on the road that God brings God the glory.
Indeed. Yeah, when did you come to the point that you realized that Renee Behr is just an incredible human that you were
Yesterday.
And you will do it again tomorrow, right?
I think that every day, right, we have to choose
Yes.
our path.
Same.
And because there's always going to be lies shooting in at you.
Yep.
And, like I'm reading Mel Robbins' book right now on Let Them.
Yep.
And it's been very interesting because it's let them, then let me.
Yes.
And so that's what we have to do. I mean, I tell people I'm a young 65, and frankly, I feel like I just started my life.
Yes.
Me too. And I'm older
I know,
than you.
I know. Because God's not done with us.
That's
you
right.
know, and we're gonna still continue to bring light and sunshine into this world.
Mm-hmm.
And with MJ being my sister,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we get to show people that there is color but it's not color blindness,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? It's the same.
I remember Renee and I took a picture together, and we had our hair parted on the same side. We were over at the Urban Egg. I said, let's take a picture here. And she said, look at that. I said, because people need to see real sisterhood.
Yeah.
That you don't have to know people who have grown up with them to love people.
Yes.
That's right.
That's beautiful.
That's right. I love you guys, this relationship. It is
It's
so
been
cool.
fun.
Yeah, two powerhouse women. Because I know Lisa deals with this a little bit. It's out in you right now.
Yeah, you are. It's okay. I love you.
You know,
got
I'm not,
this.
Yeah, because, you're seeing, and there's some underneath jealousies and other things going on relative to her and et cetera. And I like a big brother want to jump in and stop this stuff. But I see it among women, MJ. And
Women
tell
are a
me if
trip.
I'm missing something. Right?
You're not missing it. It's because I share this with people. I said, one thing, people may take your wallet, your popcorn, your keys. What they cannot take is your lived experiences.
That's right. Amen.
Right.
And they cannot. And that's why I tell people, don't be desiring to be like somebody. You don't know what price they paid
Exactly.
to get where they are. It's so easy to look at where people are now. But I'm like, you don't know what price they're still paying, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Still
You know what I'm
paying.
saying?
They start in chapter 13. They
Yes.
skip chapters 1 to 12.
Yes.
Right?
Well, it's like this,
Yeah.
Frank. It's like we have a book, and everybody doesn't start at the beginning of the book, Lisa.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't know you. Some of them start in chapter 4, and unless they're willing to learn from you and have the heart of a learner, then all they will do is be jealous.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's their part of coming into maturity.
Right.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, pain does that, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's
Yes, it does.
insecurity for them too, because I feel that women judge a lot based upon what they're lacking in themselves. You know,
He says that all the time. Oh my gosh, yes. It's true.
Yeah.
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 I knew I was like you, Frank.
Me too. I do more work with men than women.
Oh, do
Yeah.
you? Why is that?
I'm thankful. I am. Just the nature of what I do as a leadership coach and executive training. So I'm in the room with more men 90% of the time with women.
Are you?
Yeah. But I do understand the other part too.
Yeah.
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 I do think that when we hear someone being ugly or saying something negative about a friend of ours or even maybe somebody we're not, I always ask myself, what is going on in their life? What trauma are they experiencing that
That brings this up.
that brings it up? Because I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I say that all the time.
He
too.
reminds me of that
Yeah.
Truly,
from
so.
some of the undercurrents. It's weird.
Yeah. That way you don't take it on either because you
Yes.
go, oh my, I feel something's happening inside of them that's creating this space of gossip and all these other
Who has
things.
time for that?
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's biblical. We don't mess with it. You have to shut it down.
Exactly.
But, really quick, because I know you want to get on to something, but we both mentioned bullying. And those people that bullied us, I guarantee you that they were being bullied at home
Oh, absolutely.
or by a peer group. And
Yeah.
so when you see people and they're like, oh, they're a bad person, they might be a bad person, but why? And instead of discarding them, let's love on them.
That's the truth. Because even when I mention about not having my room, I don't mean sharing a room with other siblings. What I meant is different. I was in a corner with my parents, and I slept in a corner. It was not abusive sexually, but I'm not talking about sharing with siblings.
Right.
I slept in a corner for 13 years. Yeah.
What is, because to me, the dynamic of that, just saying it, I see, I can feel the insecurity, the deep level of insecurity. Did it develop that in you?
It was. I'm not anymore, but
Yeah.
because now I know that that's why I unashamedly share my faith in Jesus. Some people don't. They highlight the 100 women to know in America. I'm like, the TED Talk I did, shame off of you. I'm like, I did a TED Talk, shame off you because I had to break it off myself.
It's a great TED Talk, by the way.
I want to hear
Loved
it.
it.
I haven't
yeah.
looked
Yeah,
at
all
it
of
yet.
you.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'll look it up.
yeah, so it brought insecurity then. That's when I wasn't a nice person back then. I was thinking of how I could put razor blades in my hair. I was like, oh, ladies want to grab my hair. I'm not proud of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just sad,
right?
It's a natural thought. People
Right.
walking down and you cutting your hair off and et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Randy Ross wrote a book called Relationomics, which was
Yeah, it's
one of
good
my
book.
favorite books, by the way, because you guys know I love relation. The idea that relationships drive success. So how does this help you build a strong culture in Colorado Springs when we think of that? Both of you got it.
I
Just
know.
whoever goes first.
Yeah.
Well, like last night, I hosted a vision board at our office for 3.5 hours, and a lot of that was I don't know if have you all done vision boards
yes.
before?
Oh, yes.
But you'd be amazed how many people haven't. And just as people were ripping through the magazines, and my friend Yvette Marr was explaining what vision boards are about, you could feel like people's brains clicking. You could almost hear their brains clicking, like, oh wow. And I love that part of the culture is like we're creating healthy humans to be a part of our city, right? And in the theme when we did introductions last night, a lot of the people were like, we just want to raise up Colorado Springs. And this woman who was new to this last night, she found me through a friend, said, hey, can I come? I'm like, that would be great. She's like, what's going on here? Why are so many people so excited and talking about our city? I'm like, well, these are a lot of the city leaders. She was invited into that space unknowingly, but what did that do? That opens her to a conversation now to uplift Colorado Springs, see the upward trajectory, and we, if we're going to live somewhere, we need to make it our home. Like we need to invest in it, and that's my heart and soul, and is to bring people together through City Serve. Like, cause I love you, it's great. People come and they work and they serve.
I got my little thing right here.
Got my
Yep,
wrist.
that's your wristband. Thank you for being a part of that, by the way.
Yeah, I love
What was the
Colorado
question
Springs.
again?
Oh, I know, I'm talking too much, I'm so sorry.
Relationomics
Right
here.
here, that's the relationship.
Building the culture.
Okay, how do we build a culture?
Yeah.
Oh,
How does
okay.
Relationomics
Yeah.
thrive here in the city, and what's
Right,
your
I see.
part?
Yeah, my part is to, I'm a connector. And I just really believe that when I was really going through my difficult time of loss, and I was homeless in the city, for a long time. And so a lot of places that I went to, whether it was the rescue mission or soup kitchen or trying to get bus fare, those same places, now I'm able to go back in and, and to give, not just give back, but to give forward.
Yeah, I love that.
And so my place of the, relationomics here in the city is, it's not just what I serve. That's my philosophy, is how I serve it. I can give people a blanket and a piece of chicken, but if it's not served with dignity, value, and
That's right.
worth,
Yes. Say it. So good.
So good.
I was dropping the mic because I was coming in.
it's the truth.
It is true.
People are not going to remember you for all that stuff. I appreciate everything, but what I realize is that people who are hungry, they don't care if you were the 300 women to know in the world.
Yeah.
They're like, you got any chicken?
Yeah.
But then when you give it to them, if you're throwing stuff on there like you feel like you're doing something, it's like, no.
Yeah. And one doesn't diminish the
No,
other.
it doesn't.
MelindaJoy,
No.
because it's wonderful. When we see DR period in front of your name, that can open a
DR.
door.
Yeah.
It can open a door.
Dr. MelindaJoy.
You might be a part of a conversation
Yes.
that you might not have been a part of
It has.
otherwise.
That got you to Vietnam.
No, it didn't.
No?
No.
Oh.
It was nothing about me being a doctor.
Oh.
No, not at all. It was because I was loving on a lady who was going through a very difficult time in life. And she said, the people in Vietnam, they need to see someone who has your credentials and who is a doctor, but who will come there and love them. But they said, we don't want you come over because you got that? Would you just come over and love on people?
Because of who you are.
Yes.
You are as a person.
Because she loves well.
Yeah,
Yes.
you do.
Yeah, you do.
So that was
Yeah.
it.
And there's a lot of times there's a disconnect between the academic and the practical outworkings of life.
Well, that's a good way to say that.
yeah.
Practical outward.
Yeah. It's true though.
Yeah, I know a lot of academics that have absolutely no social skills.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I love this story because she's got the doctor, and I just graduated from high school.
Yeah.
And you know, and people are like,
Yeah, but
you
you-
just, right. And so I get that, like, you just, you know, like, and then they're like, but that, I don't, I think you're right. I think it helps to have the doctor because that means that she's more studied.
Yeah.
You know, other people are more studied, but we can also learn by just listening,
Oh, absolutely.
reading, and just being around people.
You know what? I hear your
so
name all
true.
around the city, Renee Behr.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And no
yeah.
one's ever said anything about your academic credentials
No.
or
That would be
anything.
pathetic.
Why would it be pathetic?
If they did, I mean, that's not who people should be.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what
exactly.
you mean. Yeah.
They just know Behr the forward-looking operation that you guys have and the way that you pour back in the city in so many different
It's
ways.
true.
Lead with
And
that.
et cetera. Yeah.
Pleased with that. And the truth is, I've known Renee for years, but the truth is, not because we're on the Be Encouraged show, but since we are on the Be Encouraged show, there's never been a time I've left your presence and not have felt good. Oh,
Yeah.
years. Same way, I just knowing you, but Frank's the same way.
Yeah.
I have never left your presence and not felt like a better person.
Thank you.
And that's the truth. I asked
It goes both ways.
I asked my students one time, I said, who do you think we were doing exercise? My best friend would be, they go, oh, they would be a doctor, a surgeon, and they would be and I said, my best friend has a 6th grade education.
Because the heart
Yeah.
matters.
That's right.
It's not about all that.
Yeah.
My parents only finished 6th and 8th grade,
That's right.
right? And 15 children. So we beat you.
I know.
Well, they beat her parents.
That's good. I tell someone, I said, I may have a PhD, and they go, what's it in? I go, please help deliver me. I am literally one slap away from being a Happy Meal, okay? That's all I can say. It's only the grace of God. That's the truth.
Amen, sister.
It's the truth. isn't
It is the truth. He saved us all.
Yes, it is.
So, Renee, how did God get a hold of you? What's your story?
With my faith.
Yes.
So I had the privilege of having incredible grandparents. Sorry, you picked a subject that's dear to my heart. And I'm a grandma now for 2 granddaughters. And I hope I have just a slice of love that my grandparents invested in me. And because there were so many kids, they were my safe haven.
Yeah.
And they lived right across from the school I went to, so I get to spend a lot of nights in their house, in their bed, in the upstairs bedroom. And Billy Graham, I swear to goodness, he was on that TV all the time. And Reader's Digest, Frank, come on,
Oh, yes.
and Scrabble.
Scrabble, yes.
And then they had the most beautiful garden, and they would let us pick from it, pick the fruit. And they taught me about the love of Jesus. They taught me about who I am and how to handwrite, everything about them. And then my other set of grandparents, they loved me and brought me over special gifts as well. I don't know why, but I had favor. I didn't know I had favor, but I had a lot of favor from both of those grandparents.
Wow.
And so I think it's really, really remarkable how little things can transpire a human heart.
So true.
That's incredible.
So good.
Yes. Thank
So
you for
good.
sharing that.
Thank
Little
you.
things.
So,
Yeah.
Oh,
Billy Graham.
way to hit a note there,
That's
Lee.
great.
I know.
Yeah.
You can't
Way to hit a
can't
note.
Beat
Lord.
that. You can't.
Yeah.
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 His ministry was so powerful.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you?
That's so great.
'cause you're younger.
Yeah, I didn't
She's not
live through
that
it, but
much
I've.
younger.
Well, I'm not that old. I'm 52. But no, it wasn't. I wasn't living in it, but I've seen and learned from it.
And his
saying like we're whole different. I know it's like separating us by.
Well, she asked if I was a part of it.
Just saying. We need men. I'm sorry, but I'm going to get on that a little bit.
All right, let's
Get
do
on.
I
it.
know a lot of amazing women, and I know a few amazing men, but I want you to hear the difference. I know a lot of amazing women, and I know a few amazing men. We need to have a lot of amazing men.
Yeah, we
we need
do.
men to step up and start being the men that God created them to be, because I think society has pushed men away and said
Yeah.
you're less.
Yes.
You've confused us.
That's right.
You
It
know,
has.
I got to share something. I just came back from Dallas, and we were at this one nightclub, but it was a day club, and these people were a trip. Anyway, it's been a while since I've been in the scene, and I asked on the way home, I asked my daughter and her girlfriend, I said, what is it with the guys? You know, they're all single in Dallas on purpose. And then they shared with me, all they do, they're very metro, and they won't hold on to their sexuality as a man, and they won't marry. They won't truly date, and all they want to do is sleep with all the women until they're 30 plus. And it's frustrating to them as young women. They're all her age group that we hung out, they're 27. And they're so sad about it because they want to start their families, and there's no true men that they can find in the city of Dallas so far that are really wanting that. They
So-
don't want that.
So if there is someone listening right now in the city of Dallas, step up.
Yes. I mean, in true manhood, you know, to be a man, and I don't know if it's the culture just in Dallas. I'm sure it's other cities too, but
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting when they were sharing that.
Well, they're confused.
Yeah. And they don't really have role models. A lot of them have single moms, they said, which is a thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And so then I, on the other hand, I'm around all these amazing men.
Right on.
Just
Amazing, man.
You're of course one of them, and I'm so grateful. I have never met.
true.
Yeah, I think because I'm with a lot of men, and I tell people, I'm like, wow, talk about the men. And I really feel one of my missions in life is to really help men to see themselves, you know, to empower men to say, you know, you are super amazing.
Yes.
And
Own it.
and I'm seeing so many, and even in the city, just men who love well, who lead well, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah.
I'm glad that you have that opportunity, and I
Yeah.
wish more people did
Yeah, I know.
have that opportunity to see men rise up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you in the room when we have our men cave.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're ready, Renee.
No, you know when my book first came out, Lisa
Yeah.
and Frank, Alan Briggs.
I love Alan.
I do too.
Alan was in
Everyone
the.
loves Alan.
He loves it.
Great.
Like
Yeah.
everybody loves Raymond.
He's like
Yes,
Raymond.
Alan was in the men cave, and he sent me a picture. He goes, MJ, look, and had all of the men. They had toothpicks in their mouth, and you could tell they just got through burping, and they all had a picture of my book standing in the men cave. I was like, oh, the men.
Yes.
And it goes with amen.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Amen.
My sister.
That is so funny. You know, we're doing something very important today by connecting with Dr. MelindaJoy, and incredible.
Who's one of our sponsors, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank
That's awesome.
you
Yes.
for supporting us.
Yeah.
I'm honored to support you.
Thought we'd throw that in for free. With the look on my face, right?
I'm honored.
We will be
I'm
calling you.
honored to support you. You know what I support? I support potential, and I support compassion, and I support value.
Right on.
Thanks.
Right.
And she says ignite potential, and I say illuminate potential.
Yes.
Love
Hey,
it.
you
They're
both
the same thing, but that's
Yeah.
what we're here
But saying
for.
it
Yeah,
differently.
you're saying it
Yeah,
differently.
which is so
I love that.
awesome. Well, you both do that
Yeah.
incredibly well. You know, we agreed that community is important. People come to me all the time in this city because this is my 42nd year in a row here. and they go, okay, well, I'm starting a business here, but I feel like I'm backstroking through molasses trying to get traction. Right? And they go, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to a city where we can quickly do business. Well, I go, well, we're not transactional.
No.
We are more relational here, and it takes more time in a relational culture to build that space, right? It really does. But the good thing about it is people are loyal to you in relational cultures.
That's right.
In transactional cultures, they'll move from one on to the other, on and on. And one's not better than the other. I want to be perfectly clear. They're just different.
We need both.
Yeah, they're different.
Yeah.
Right?
Your kids are making out like bandits with their companies up in Denver.
Yeah, and they do incredibly
Yeah.
well in the transactional culture.
Yeah.
And they don't want to know you, just want you write a check. It
Yeah.
doesn't bounce. Right?
Exactly. That's about it. Well, you can respect that too.
Not too many real estate checks have back. When they do, it's a problem.
But in light of our culture, what do you guys, because about 11:40 we need to stop and then take a picture with you and let you guys move on. But what are you guys' opinion about our culture? What would you tell young entrepreneurs that are coming into the city who kind of struggling because the culture is different than what they're accustomed to?
Well, I would just say for young entrepreneurs or older entrepreneurs that don't become a cultural captive. And so a cultural captive, the culture is around us, but the culture doesn't have to define everything we do. That's just the truth. That when you have something to give, you have a business idea, you're innovative, you're creative, just do it. You know, like my business is, part of it is coaching, of course, leadership, but I do have a greeting card business.
Yes, you do.
As well.
Please share.
I have a greeting card business called Significant Moments, and quickly I'll say it came about, I was trying to get into Hallmark and blah, 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 and I couldn't. But anyway, my business, my greeting card business, I started it with a little card, no office. I just started making the cards, and I personalized them. I do pop-ups, voiceovers, big ones, little ones, all of that. But it came because of a pain point. And the pain point was I just am going into stores and I'm not seeing images on there that I like, number one. And I'm not even seeing personalized cards that are meaningful. And I wanted cards that have faith messages. So someone said, well, quit talking about it and do it. Don't become a cultural captive. Swim upstream and do it.
Who told you that?
No dog paddles,
I like
girl.
that person. Oh, you told yourself that.
I told me that.
I love it.
Just swim upstream.
Yeah.
Don't become a cultural captive.
MJ, you amaze me in everything that you do. But I do want to say, because I know time is short, her podcast, the TED Talk, it's earth-changing. And I think that all people, if they get the opportunity to listen to it, it'll open your eyes about people and how we make judgments about people without knowing them, and it's super important. And just to get back to your question about entrepreneurs or people being new, that was me in this city. And you have to really just put yourself out there, and it sounds really weird, but I went to, you could go to a member mixer and then you just start talking to people, or that's with the chamber and EDC, or you go to a downtown partnership thing. You have to invest. You can go to Cause I Love You and serve with the city, and then you're going to meet people. The key to becoming successful in our city is you stepping out and believing in yourself, introducing yourself, being proper with the handshake, and eventually hugs. But you will get to know people, and the more you invest and join these groups, I never thought that I would be on the Colorado Springs Leadership Institute, that I would be invited into that, because I had the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
We've all done it.
But you start to see your worth because you invest.
Yes.
That's right.
So that would be my word of encouragement: is get involved, invest in the city, and get to know the players. If you want to be an entrepreneur over here, then look up on LinkedIn who those people are and take them out for coffee. Some of them might say no, it's the one that says yes that might matter.
That's right. That is
I
so
love that.
good.
And to always show up. You know, I tell
Show
people
up.
presence will always supersede paper.
Yes.
Won't it?
The paper will
Yeah.
talk about you. The
Yeah.
presence will.
Yeah, and I
display
made it
you.
just
Yeah.
in time today.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not just showing up, but being your true,
Presence.
authentic self
Yeah.
and
And
speaking
there.
out. Because I've seen people show up, sit down, and not talk to a soul in a room.
They're
Yeah.
processing now.
It's presence.
It-
It's
it's
showing up
okay.
with presence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Engage.
Yeah. Takes time.
Yeah.
And we need to get past this thing about extrovert, introvert.
Yes.
You know, because it's not really. Humans want interactions
They
with
do.
humans.
They do.
They
They
do.
really do.
Right?
They're hungry
They
for it.
do.
Yeah, stop living a label and live a life.
Yeah.
Well, and we have to
Right.
read the room too, as the
Yes.
leaders
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
If we see someone that's alone,
Yeah.
just ask them a question, and it might bring them out of their shell, or they might not want to be. But we have to have that empathic.
Yes.
Ability.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they say a dog has 4 paws, but you don't see a dog walking on 4 roads at one time. He used those 4 paws to leverage where he's going.
That's
Yes.
right. He stays in his lane with all 4 balls.
Stays in one lane.
I'm going to be thinking about
I know.
That was a visual.
That was really
I'll never
good.
be able to get out of my head. Right?
That should be your next book cover.
Okay, I'll do it.
I love it.
That is great.
Just because you got 4 paws, don't
Yeah.
mean you need to be in 4 lanes.
Yes.
You're fine.
Oh, man. That's so great.
That's awesome. Lisa, let's get the question.
Yes, so it's time for our famous question. I'm going to start with you since you've been on our show before. So I would like you to take a moment and infuse some hope and encouragement out there to the world. Look at that camera and do just that, and then let them know how to reach you.
All right. Well, my words are, again, and I'll use this, be yourself because every other spot's taken anyway.
Yeah.
So, again, with that, show up as you, be you, and know that you have potential. You don't have to be cloned. You don't have to be anyone else. Just be yourself. And when you do that, the world is going to get what God has put in you to get. You can reach me on LinkedIn at MelindaJoy Mingo, or email is melindajoy373@gmail.com.
What's 373 mean?
I don't know.
Oh, she made that.
Got the little pause.
4 paws.
All right,
How
Renee,
do we
you're
instill
next.
hope? Words on
Encourage
hope?
the world.
How would I encourage the world for hope? I'm going to say trust and believe in who you are. And if you're confused on that, read, listen to podcasts, and surround yourself with healthy humans, people that don't take you down but lift you up.
That's right. Absolutely.
Super important.
Yes.
So
And
important.
to reach me, you can reach me at Renee@behrandbehr.com. RENEE at BEHRANDBEHR.com. And I'm also on LinkedIn. Thank you.
Just open up social, you'll find her.
Yeah, and don't forget MelindaJoy Mingo's book, The
Yes.
Colors
Culture.
of Culture.
It's okay.
The colors.
okay.
Go pick up a copy of that. You'll love it as much as we have. It's a great read, and she's put something out into the world that needs to be talked about. This is show number 1, Lisa. What do you
Yes,
think? Yeah.
100th show.
Wow.
Incredible.
Show
So
number
honored.
1.
Thank you.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
honored to have you
Honored
both
to
on
be
the
here.
Thank you for
100th show.
having
Yeah,
us.
thank you for having us.
And together.
Yes,
Together.
exactly.
That's the main thing,
Love it.
together.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Be Encouraged show. Frank and Lisa, show number 1 is a wrap. We'll be back shortly with show number 2.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at BeEncouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at BeEncouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to
Welcome back. This
Yes.
is Lisa.
Hi.
Yeah.
This is Frank. We're the Be Encouraged show.
We're Frank and Lisa.
Yes.
Dare say. Yeah, so we're glad to have you here on Monday and having some incredible humans with us in studio as well. Thank you so much to our platinum sponsor, Crescio, for this show. When you get a pay what you can consultation with them, you can learn how to leverage an AI agent to penetrate the noisy market, lower your overhead, and increase your sales. Visit Crescio.com to learn more and check out this flyer that we left you guys. Please take those with you because Crescio's incredible.
Yes.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Pay
what you can.
can consultations.
Yes.
How can I emphasize that more, right? I mean,
Did you get that idea from AI, perhaps?
Chipotle, actually.
Oh, really?
Chipotle did a Pay
Chipotle.
What You Can
Pay What
bowl
You
on a
Can.
Tuesday, and it outperformed the other days of the week.
oh, really? That's where you got the idea. Yeah, they don't do that
Yes.
anymore, do they?
No.
Yeah, I was
Well-
going to run there as soon as we left, Frank.
We are very excited because today is our 100th show. So welcome to our 100th show. Yes.
We're honored to have you ladies on our
How's that? Yes.
Special.
Yeah, exactly.
You are special. Who do we have for our 100th show?
Well, I'm assuming you're our panel host, right, Dawn?
Yes.
Okay. So Dawn Marsh with Brush Crazy, goodness, get it out. She founded this by a passionate artist. Well, she's the
Her.
passionate artist, and her awesome husband, aka Bearded Man, the big, gorgeous white beard. We
Glad
all
he's
love
not
Doug.
here because I always have
Beard envy. Yes. But hello, Doug. We miss you. And so combining their creativity with business expertise to build a thriving paint and sip studio. So Brush Crazy, they oversee locations in Colorado Springs and Montana, bringing artistic inspiration and strategic growth to the business while enjoying beach sunsets and karaoke in their free time.
This girl can throw down.
Yeah, she can. They came to my last karaoke.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, did you sing?
Yeah, she sang.
always sings.
So
She's
did
amazing.
Doug.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
Doug?
were you?
Oh.
I had to peel him
I
off
must have
the
been drunk by
Yeah,
then.
I had to peel him. He was stuck in this one spot in the room.
I
Remember
was
that?
trying to cover this young lady that was being totally overwhelmed by this dude, young lady. So, yeah, being a gentleman.
No. Anyways, that's how he missed
Go
you.
ahead and introduce the other
So
person.
yeah, let's do that. Mrs. Carrie Mand. Is it Miss or Mrs.? Are you
Mrs.
okay? You're married. All right. So Carrie Mand is the owner of 3 franchise locations here. I Heart Mac and Cheese stores. She lives in Black Forest. Is the mother of 3 and a grandma of 1.
Grandma.
Congratulations. She enjoys cooking, traveling to the beach, playing games with family and friends, and has a heart for all things dogs.
Yeah.
What kind of dogs do you have?
Rescues. But I've got a Chihuahua, a Beagle Terrier mix, and a 90-pound, I don't know.
I don't even know what she
He's
he is,
Rottie, Pit Bull, Staffordshire Terrier, all the good breeds in one dog.
Oh, cool.
And 90 pounds that thinks
And
she
one
needs to.
eye.
And one eye.
Aw.
Yeah, what developed this love for dogs? I'm always curious about it because I've never seen a place where dogs are just.
Yeah.
Back where I was brought up, if someone said you were treated like a dog, that was not a
No,
compliment.
that's not.
But in Colorado Springs,
My house, they're treated like kings. Yes.
better than humans.
They are
Right.
treated like kings here.
Yeah. No, we were looking for a friend for a dog that we had adopted from the Humane Society, and I started looking into dog rescues locally, and it just kind of burned a passion in me with the amount of need that this nonprofit group across the world has to take care of our little
Humane
furry friends.
Society.
Just The rescues that I worked with are just private, nonprofit, local in Colorado rescues. I don't know. You want to plug them?
Plug 'em.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, we'll be
Bones.
calling them for a sponsorship.
For sure.
Do you know the owners?
I do, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Big Bones Canine Rescue is in Windsor, Colorado, and Mile High Canine Rescue is out of...
Somewhere in Colorado.
It's not Erie. It's it's one of the little ones off of I-25 north of Denver. I can't remember the name of it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're great people. They have a huge heart for just helping the little furry friends that can't do anything for themselves.
How did you end up with them?
Instead of
Yeah,
here locally.
Just
we
looking
have a lot
for
locally.
looking for adopting one of my dogs, my little Beagle Terrier. She came from Big Bones Rescue from a foster home, and spending time with that family to learn, all about this puppy. And I don't know. It just kind of brought a lot of desire to my heart to start helping somehow. So I started with transporting dogs from one state to a drop-off point to another state to a drop-off point.
Yeah.
So I'd just kind of be an in-between leg. And then I saw this little one-eyed, broken leg, tiny little Chihuahua. Changed my whole life, and I became a foster for dogs. And I think I've fostered somewhere around 70 dogs in a few years. So.
But you have land, right, in Black Forest?
Well, yeah, we have 5 acres, so
it's
but
easier.
I don't foster anymore.
Okay.
Because iHeart takes up a little bit
Yeah,
more
I
time
bet.
than that. But yeah,
Okay.
they all need to have a good life.
So are you prior military?
No,
No?
my dad was in the Army before I was born, but I'm not.
Is that what brought you to the Springs?
No, he got out of the military before I was born. What brought me to the Springs, I guess, was just all family that was already here.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because I've been here since 1987.
87?
87.
83.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've seen everything that has exploded out there.
Yes, and I was an adult seeing them. You were a tyke.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we don't get stuck on my old age.
Yeah. Oh, this show you can be old. He was razzing me the prior show. He was trying to make me feel old on the last show.
Make you feel old. Just trying to make you feel you.
Yeah.
And if that's
Which is
old, you
not
can throw
old.
that in for free. She's a youngster. Yeah, so. Dawn, you know I love you, right?
Of course.
Yeah, you are been just a pivotal part of my life a very long time. I'm thankful for you and Doug.
Yes.
I knew you before Doug was a thing.
Really? Oh, okay.
That's
I
been
didn't know that.
24 years.
Wow.
I didn't know you knew him that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've known each other a very long time. So give our audience a little bit of a synopsis about who is this Dawn Marsh?
Very creative, that is for sure. Yeah. Little ADHD probably, even though not diagnosed. Trying to focus is really, really hard.
That's the creative.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
creative.
So I've always been painting. As a kid, parents saw that and they're like, "Hey, here's a Bob Ross book," So I would kind of paint along with some of his designs, and then last year I actually got Bob Ross certified.
Did you?
Over in Florida, yeah.
That's
So now I can actually teach Bob Ross with the oils, wet on wet type thing. So that's going really good. I've started out, small classes, and now they're getting a little bit bigger as word gets out. So far, I'm the only certified Bob Ross registered in Colorado Springs actively teaching.
Right.
So there's probably a bunch of CRIs out there. They're just not actively teaching.
You're actively teaching. Yeah, I was Michelle loves Bob Ross, by the way, my wife.
Does she?
Nice.
Oh yeah, she's the one that turned me on to
Oh,
it.
really?
Right? Yeah. But now we got a channel on our TV that does nothing but Bob Ross.
Yeah.
It's called a Bob Ross channel.
Yeah.
Is that always playing in your house?
No, it's not always.
Bob Ross. He's just so monotone.
I love it though. If you want to get some Z's,
Yeah,
if you want to catch some Z's, put Bob Ross on the background. You go.
Well, our son Jackson had an art teacher who has literally a cutout of Bob Ross in her class.
Yeah, he's famous with that afro
Yeah.
and stuff, so I got
Yeah.
a natural inclination, right?
Yeah.
The
Of course
brothers
you
wearing
do.
the
That's
fro.
right. Yes. You used to have a cute fro when you were little.
No, I was 28 and I still had a fro.
Yeah.
Well, little.
That's young. Young. When I say little, you weren't little anymore. Sorry. That was after he grew up, taller.
You are so funny. Yeah, so you and Doug are doing Brush Crazy.
Yeah. We started franchising a couple years after we founded in Montana. So Montana Studios, 10 and a half years old. Then our first franchisees, Lisa and Lori, they're over in Columbus, Ohio. And Lisa was in Ohio. Lori was in Great Falls, Montana. She was a regular customer. So when they decided to do business together, Lisa in Ohio was like, hey, what about Brush Crazy? So they contacted us, and we had like literally just become legal as a franchise, had our FDD, had the manual, all the things. So we're like, well, we're new at this, but if you want to jump in, we'll do it with us. So they are 6.5 years old now.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I know. And they said they plan to re-sign because it's a 7-year and then a 5-year after that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's genius.
Yeah, that's so
Did you
cool.
come up with that? That rule?
No.
The year
Well,
thing?
when you do your franchise
It's part of the-
documents,
Oh,
you,
it's part of
you
that.
look at what
Okay.
everyone else is doing in your industry and usually kind of mold it along that.
Yeah.
So you
Wow.
made this a franchise?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from scratch.
Love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
A lot of
fun.
work.
It's a lot of work.
Well, our friend Dylan with Dart Wars, he told us how
Same.
much work that
Same.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Dylan?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so Brush Crazy, well, tell people about the origins of that. How did it become a thing?
Yeah, you bet. So we've been in the apparel industry forever. So Doug did our T-shirts, hers and
My
ours.
t-shirt.
Yep. So Doug's getting back into the apparel business called
cool.
Printed Industries.
Okay.
But before all of this, we had screen printing, embroidery, sign making in Great Falls. That's what we did for a living. He and his dad had been in the screen printing business. My previous marriage in Arizona, we had been in the screen printing business. So both of us were in the apparel industry. And so both of us wanted out of Montana, so we sold everything to our employees and moved to Texas, which was great until cedar appeared.
What's
I'm
cedar?
allergic to cedar
Oh,
trees.
Cedar trees.
Yeah, it's awful. It's like the worst. But we love Austin. We love Texas. So we were there for 6 years, and then we were in the process of just getting ready to go see the oldest son graduate from high school. College, oh my gosh, I can't believe whichever one it was. Anyway, so while we were literally on the road driving, the last employee standing in Great Falls was like, I'm not going to make it. It started out with 5 employees, went down to 4, 3, 2, 1. And right then I just felt like the Lord said, do your own paint and sip. And I was like, oh, that's a tall order because I'm trying to get out of my own business.
Yes.
So we started Brush Crazy. We had the name, the URL, a list of supplies within days. And so when we were in Montana, I pretty much stayed. We sold the business and the screen print embroidery business in a month, which you just don't hear of that.
Wow.
Yeah, because we owned
you
the
sure
building.
don't, yeah.
So we just slowly started taking over the building again, and we started in just the front. And within 30 days, I had 20 paintings. I did like 5 a weekend. And we opened, and I pretty much stayed there. And then Doug started going back and forth from Texas to just start selling everything off. And we've been up there ever since. And then 6 years ago, we moved corporate here because I wanted to be by my folks.
Yeah.
Right.
We lost Dad 2.5 years ago. Can you believe that?
I
So we're living with my mom now and taking care of her, and she's
old
my
is she?
biggest fan. She'll be 83 in May.
She's a pistol,
So
though.
awesome.
She
I
is
haven't
a
met her yet.
pistol.
Oh, you gotta meet Flo.
It's a flow, baby. She got the right name.
You just go with it.
Yeah.
Just go with the flow, and then you'll say, "How are you today?" Still walking on top of the grass.
Aw, love it.
Yeah. So we used AI to actually write a song for her and my cousins. Some of my other cousins, when they were here last summer, they love it.
Do you have siblings or?
Yeah, I have a brother. Yep, David. Shout out to David. Yep.
Hey, David.
David.
He said he's gonna watch. Yeah. So he's been in the carpet industry his whole life. So
Okay.
he's like in between things now, but he has an LLC to go and be like a broker for carpet places.
Oh, cool,
He
yeah.
can get your carpet needs taken care of.
All
Your
right.
flooring. Yeah.
He's local too?
He is.
Oh,
Yep.
Yes, he
wonderful.
is.
I love family.
Yep.
Family's so important.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lisa was sitting on the edge of her seat Carrie.
Oh. I didn't bring any food or anything.
I know. It's
Not a very
lunchtime
good
too.
guest, I know.
Yeah, because I was telling her, I said, yeah, I think this is the lady that owns the I Heart Mac and Cheese
Yep.
place, right? Yeah, and it's you.
I was impressed. I was just like, what? She's coming? That's amazing.
It's me.
Tell us about it.
I Heart Mac and Cheese is a franchise started in 2017 in Southern Florida. I have been a franchisee for almost 2 full years now. First location opened on Voyager in August of 2023. My second location is in Pueblo West, and we're about to celebrate our first birthday next month.
Wow. How's that going down there?
It's going really well down there. There's
Matter of fact, it's your
nothing.
top producer, isn't it?
It was. It was. Now we've topped that.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
Pueblo West in that community, like Fremont County and Pueblo County, they don't really have anything similar to I Heart Mac and Cheese.
Right.
We have so much more than just mac and cheese. So it was a very big opening, a little overwhelming of an opening, but
Really?
a very big one. So yeah, and we have one super exciting part of our birthday week that I am so excited about is we're partnering up with the little ice cream shop next to us, Shiver and Shake.
Yeah.
We're going to do like dinner and a dessert kind of thing. So we're offering our 2 for $20 dinner deal, and they have their 2 for $12 dessert deal. So what a great, date night.
Yes.
Date, whatever. We
When
always
is
say
that?
date. April the 18th is a Friday.
I
So,
love that. You're
we always say
collaborating
date night, but
together
it's
like
not.
that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But it's not like just a date night thing. Take your spouse on a day date.
Yeah.
So,
A day date.
a day date.
And shake and shiver.
Yeah,
And mac-
yeah.
All days are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the newest location just opened. Grand opening was February the 8th on Woodman and Mark Shuffle.
Yay.
And that has been very, very busy.
Yeah.
So that area is just really growing a lot.
Yeah.
I live over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your joint.
Yeah.
If I need Brooklyn to get a job, I'll hook you up.
There you go. There you go.
She's 15, so next year.
My absolute most favorite employee for my Pueblo store, he was 15 when we hired him.
Oh,
He's
really?
16
You
now,
hire at
but
15?
I can. We have
Okay.
specific rules that we have to follow. Make sure
Yeah.
we don't give them too many hours too late at night.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not open late anyway.
Yeah.
But
The hard thing with her, she's a cheerleader and she does competition and for the high school, both.
So she didn't have any time.
There's barely any
Yeah,
time. I'm
yeah.
like, gosh, she needs to be an entrepreneur or something.
Right?
Like, how do we do it for athletes? It's near
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah.
So a lot of my teenage employees are athletes, cheerleaders, in the bands, anything. They can work like 1, maybe 2 nights a week.
A shift.
So we
Just
work-
grab a shift.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
grab
just
a
grab a
shift.
shift.
Yeah.
Or somebody will have like a Sunday afternoon available or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. Like,
Yeah. Tell franchisees, because you are a franchisor.
franchisor,
Yeah, you're a franchisee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are heading in that direction and looking at franchises because the model's built.
Yes.
And they can plug and play
Yeah,
much
exactly.
easier than starting something.
Yeah.
How does one go from 1 to 3? What are the parameters around that you would grow that quickly?
I think the first thing is you have to be brave. I call it crazy.
Yeah.
But you have to be brave. Because it's hard. Even with your franchise that's the built structure behind you,
Uh-huh.
it's still all me. It's
Yep.
up to me to get the word out there of who I am, where I am. It's up to me to hire the best team I can possibly have, train them to run not only how my corporate office wants run, but how I as a business owner want to present myself to my community.
Absolutely.
Because if I'm not doing that, they're not coming to me.
Right.
So there's, my corporate office, they can say what they want to have. You
Yeah.
know, I want you to,
Do they
wear
have a
black shirt or
culture they
whatever.
want to build around? Or is
Kind
it-
of, yeah. They want that young, fun, youthful vibe, which is great, which we have.
Yeah. It's mac and
But-
cheese.
It is.
Yeah.
My demographic is people who eat. I don't have an age. I don't have a sex. Like, if you eat, come to my restaurant. Like that's right. That's true.
And the grilled cheese sandwiches with
Oh
the
my
parm
gosh,
crust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my fave.
Yeah, so I heart mac and cheese and more. So
And more.
mac and cheese, grilled cheese sandwiches, flatbread pizzas. I love salad, so I've started salads at my locations. It's not a corporate thing yet. I have to
Okay.
get approval to bring it in. But just
So those are the 4 offerings you just gave
those
me?
are the 4 big ones. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gluten-free, so
You'd love it.
We can feed you there.
Yeah.
So gluten-free pasta. We don't encourage you to have our normal cheese sauce that corporate makes because it's gluten friendly but not gluten free. So we make an in-house vegan cheese sauce with coconut milk, and
oh wow.
it's yummy. It's really good. So gluten-free bread for the grilled cheese sandwiches. And
Really?
I'm gonna have my son test a gluten-free flatbread pizza this coming week, so maybe we'll bring that on.
Oh.
And our newest thing that my employees found, gluten-free chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
Because that's kind of our dessert, our signature dessert
Yes.
is the chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Little mini cookies in a cup.
Yes.
So we found the gluten-free version of them, and they have been going really well.
Well, thank you for including us gluten-free people.
I am a mom of a celiac kid, so I get it.
Wonderful.
I get it. I am very conscious about like cross-contamination and all kinds of things. So, yeah. And other than gluten-free, we'll obviously offer vegan, and we can do vegetarian and kind of all the dietary needs. But when it comes down to it, it's all about carbs. We're all comfort food.
Yeah, it's all comfort. Exactly.
All comfort food.
Yeah.
I still didn't hear an answer to my question.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna.
What was your question?
I thought that was the deal. You didn't hear it.
We're girls. What was it? We diverted apparently.
Yeah, you did. I was on my franchiseeing, which is all entrepreneurship is hard.
Yes.
Franchise, but how did
I go to 3? That was the
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
I said you have to be brave.
I mean, but there's some
Crazy.
practical things that are built. Is it success built on success on success? Is that how they give you the
there's a lot
opportunity to
of-
do that?
There's a lot of trial and error, honestly. My corporate office would tell you that they have made a lot of mistakes in the last, what have they been open, 6 years?
Yeah, 2017.
It's very scary because when I signed my Voyager location, there were over 50 locations open. I just opened... Period.
Okay.
Across the U.S. I just opened a location in February. It's store number 18. So they went from over 50
down
we're down
to
to 18.
Wow.
So there's a lot of things.
So you have 3 of the 18
I have 3 of the
hosts?
18. They call me the legend. So
And you're thriving.
Well,
I don't know.
how do you define
what's your
thriving?
definition of thriving? I'm too stubborn to give up, and that's part of the be brave.
Yes.
I am determined to take this franchise that is a fabulous idea with some help and just keep it going. And I don't know, I have a lot riding on me that I don't want to give up on. You know, I've got almost 50 employees who, for whatever reason, love me. I mean,
well, you're lovable.
I love that.
You know, yeah.
I have
and-
some of the best employees.
But 50 of them wouldn't love you unless you were lovable.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't stick around. I've had employees since the day I hired for my Voyager store.
Wow.
I have employees that have been working for me at all 3 stores. Like
This is the story.
I just love them.
This is a story that we want to get out the community, Lisa.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
The brave and really the stick to itness and consistency of doing the right things over and over and over again and just being too stubborn to quit. That's why.
Is that a good thing, though?
It is a good
It
thing.
is. That's entrepreneurship.
It is. It is.
Yeah. I tell entrepreneurs all the time, you know, entrepreneurship is incredibly hard and it's supposed to be because it's going to eliminate those that can't
Right,
and it's going to celebrate those that can.
Yes.
And then the ones that can make space for other people,
Yeah.
which you've done, 50 employees.
Yeah.
You rock.
Thank you.
That is so cool. Yeah. I'll get your autograph after the show.
I have to practice that one.
Carrie Mann, ladies and gentlemen.
So, Carrie, what's the culture that makes your employees stick and stay? Like, what do you think? What is it that you're emanating in your business?
Wow. I give them ownership of what they do. Like, it's not my restaurant. It's our restaurant. Because I can do things on my own.
Yeah.
But I certainly cannot run 3 restaurants 7 days a week by myself. I can't even run one by myself anymore. So
Yeah.
I got OLD.
Yeah.
What's
Struggle
that?
with that.
What's
Old.
OLD. I thought it was an acronym.
Just the word.
You're not old, Frank. We're not talking about you.
You can tell it didn't apply to me. So I didn't even know what you were talking
You're
about.
like, what is that?
The body is old. The mind is definitely not. No, we'll throw it all back to where it started for me. I have a brother-in-law who passed away in 2019. He was an amazing person, and he was a franchisee for over 40 years with Domino's Pizza.
Oh my.
The community knows him and loves him. Tony Mann, he was amazing. And I knew a lot about him because I've obviously, my brother-in-law, I've been in the family 27 years. But when he started his businesses and how he treated his employees and what he did for the community is what I want to do. It's how I've been. That's my focus. That's how I want to make sure.
Yeah, we can see it, and I can feel the emotion that comes up when you're talking. Yeah, honoring Tony Mann, right, and the work that he's done here in our community. We're so thankful for that, and what a wonderful thing to have someone that demonstrated what you want to be, right, in your family.
Yeah, it's a fluke that I became part of that family because I was single mom, broke, desperate for money, didn't know what to do, but I remembered my brother drove for Domino's Pizza in college and made a bunch of money. And I was like, well, maybe that'll be something that will help me get out of this pit that I'm in as a single mom. Managed to land in one of his stores that he owned. I didn't know. And then I met his brother and married him.
Not only did you work for him, you went and got his brother too.
Yeah.
It's a man thing.
See, I know what I'm doing. No, I just knew, I took that job just hoping to make extra money. But I felt that sense of ownership in this is our store and our restaurant, not just my paycheck.
Right.
And that's what I hope that I give to my employees.
Well, obviously you must be doing it.
I hope so. I try every single day.
Yeah. Why, hope is not a strategy.
Yeah.
Right? What do you mean you hope so? Don't you know so?
Own it.
Own it.
Yeah.
That's the brave part. Own that.
I had a friend from a prayer group at church that we were in. She always said, "How are you?" or whatever, and I would say something about "I'm just." Like, I'm just a mom. I'm just this. She's like, you need to take just out of your vocabulary. So I guess hope would be the same thing. Take that out. Not having hope, but
Yeah, we want to have hope, but we don't want hope to be a strategy.
Exactly.
You right?
no, like you gotta be creative and gotta be brave. It's about being brave.
That's right. You got everything you need to walk that way.
And if you're not feeling creative, you go see Don.
Like, do you know Dawn's my cousin?
Yes.
Yeah, we did know that.
Sure.
Yeah. We're doing an event, a Brush Crazy event at her
At my
Voyager
store.
location this
Oh,
week
really?
or next week.
This week.
I think it's
How
this
are you
week.
doing that?
So we just take stuff with us. We do offsites. That's
Little
what we call them.
pop-ups? Okay.
Yep.
When you doing that?
On the 13th, which is Thursday.
Thursday. What time?
This Thursday.
6 to 8 p.m.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got time to pop up?
that's right. You need to do
We got
that.
time
Come
to
on
pop
in.
in?
I
Come
don't
in.
know.
You
It's
eat
the
Voyager
grab
one.
some
It's the
dinner and
Voyager
then
one.
you paint something awesome.
Well, I don't know about
We're
I
doing
don't-
some
I
wood
don't
shapes
paint.
and
No, she said you don't have to know how to paint.
I know. I went to paint by numbers with Shell. I take Shell and say, Shell.
There you go.
Yeah, because Shell loves that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It just ain't my thing.
Yeah.
Right? So,
But you could still do it. Right.
So you just come and you eat and you hang out. And have a
that's
good time.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
We know how to work a room.
Right?
At least stop in and amplify your thing a little bit because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Right?
That is what
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
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 No, I'm super excited because down in Pueblo, we have another gal who just has her own little crafting business. She doesn't even have a storefront. She just does it for fun. And right before Christmas, she emailed and she's like, hey, could I have a little space in your restaurant to do something? And I was like, sure. And it's turned into once a month that she comes out. And it's different day of the week, but it's usually 6 to 8 p.m. And she's got a great little following.
Is that
going
on your
so-
website?
No, because my corporate office controls my website, so it's on my Facebook page.
All right, so I see. Follow your Facebook
Go find our
page.
Facebook pages.
Yeah. Are you going to be doing that at the Woodman location too?
Yes, that is the hope. I actually have room
space,
there.
yeah.
I have 3 long tables that we can have events, we can have meetings, we can do crafting nights. We're actually hosting a baby shower. I have my very first I Heart Mac and Cheese baby being born next month.
Aww.
So I'm kind of excited to be a I don't know, pasta grandma. I don't know.
Pasta grandma. I like
I guess if you can be a fur grandma,
Right?
you can be a pasta grandma.
Yes.
Why not?
So they're
Probably
having-
a lot less work,
Yeah,
too.
they're having a baby shower at the Woodman location. She actually works at my Voyager store, but there's more room
there.
more room.
There's more
at
room.
Woodman. Yeah,
That's good to know.
So yeah, you just
How many people can you seat at the Woodman location?
I mean, if you want to be really, really close together, I would say 24 at those 3 little tables. 20 is probably more comfortable.
Okay.
So yeah, and then we've got other dining tables for just guests as they come in. So
Okay, good to know. We do events, so
awesome.
just keep it in the back of my
There
brain.
you go. There you go.
Although we can bust through 20 like nothing.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, yes we can.
yeah.
Yeah. Don, I don't know why I called you Donna. Like,
Donna Ross.
well,
Don Ross,
yeah,
right?
Don.
Don Ross.
Delta Don, what's that flower you have
I got
on?
that one a lot. Neighbor across the street, the Polpolites,
Yes,
always
always.
says that. Yeah. Always
Did you
say
two
it
grow
to
up
me.
together?
On and off, yeah.
Yeah.
We lived in
Canyon City. You guys were
when
in
I was little. We
Canyon?
lived in Colorado Springs for 3 years before we moved to Canyon City in Wyoming, and then come back. So
Yeah, but we've always.
yeah,
You've always
been in
boomeranged
Connect.
back here to the Springs.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, camping trips as kids.
Oh my gosh. That's fun though. I'm the younger. There's
There's
6
a
cousins.
story.
I can tell from her laugh. It's like,
That was a story.
There's 6 cousins altogether. There's my brother, then Dawn, then my sister, then me, and then David, and our other cousin, and then
Greg
David.
and then David.
Yeah,
my
and
brother's
so
baby.
Dawn and my sister, and then me,
The
we'd
3 of
always
us.
do something
3
together.
Musketeers.
But I'm the younger of the 3 of us, so
So
you
there's
know,
that.
I
Thought
was
you
the
throw that
baby.
in for free.
Yeah.
No, sure.
Did they always throw the baby under the bus?
Always.
Yeah.
You can't
Always to
come.
blame.
You're too young. You can't
Yes.
do that. You're too young.
I hated that too.
Yeah.
I'm the baby of 4. It's
Yeah.
awful.
So,
Yeah.
I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm firstborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So Don, Brush Crazy, we really want to amplify the work that you're doing there today because, there's been some of this stuff, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Yeah.
Cash flow is probably the biggest challenge,
heard that
especially
before.
right.
Yeah.
I know. And it's
Wait,
new.
you're not just rolling around on cash? Okay,
No.
what are you doing wrong?
I know. I got to change mattresses. I want one that's stuffed with money.
Right? Yes.
I see pictures.
If you find that, let me know. Suddenly I am your friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I actually I'm looking for a personal assistant because I am running 2 studios, Montana and Colorado, so we go back and forth a lot, plus franchising. Our franchisees in Columbus, so there's that side of the business. Plus, we're redoing our whole website, so I'm the point person with our IT department or programmers. So I'm spread way too thin, but I don't know how to find a personal assistant because is it Lencioni that wrote the book on 6 Working Geniuses? Yes. So there's the people that are the planners and the dreamers and the visionaries, and then there's like the middle management, and then there's the finishers.
Yeah.
And both Doug and I are up here on the dreamers and
Yes.
and both of us hate finishing.
Yes.
We are not finishers. We really struggle with implementation. Mm-hmm. So I need an implementer in my life. So
Do you need that person live?
I sometimes
need
at first I'm going to need live.
Okay.
Eventually I might be able to go elsewhere. And, with AI has helped with a lot. Like I'm trying to work on my culture with my teams in the studios. So I've done a lot of research and put questions together, new interview questions, to help me get, the people that are more in line with our culture. Because it's hard to talk about culture. especially in the art industry, because we need people who are creative, right? They have to be an artist in order to help our customers. Yeah. But sometimes, historically, creatives have been a little bit out there, and they're a little bit harder to manage, and they're a little, because some of us have a lot of drama in our lives. Yes. So trying to balance that creativity and being able to run an entire studio and use, you know, the other side of your brain to on the checklist and get things done and still get along with everybody, it's really a challenge. But so anyway, so I'm getting coaching. You know Craig from Craig T. Yep. So Craig's helping me. Yep. Yeah. He's helping me with just even email organization. That's what we're doing this week. He helped me set up our Patreon account. You know, Matt Watkins, he's helping us with our filming. Yeah. So one of the big projects is getting almost all of our paintings, which we are now 1,266 individual paintings with step-by-step instructions to choose from in the studio. Wow. We're starting to film those. So we've done probably at least 12, 15 different videos. So it's still in the, you know, what do you call it when you...
The baby steps.
Put it together.
Incubator.
Right. Video editing. Yeah. So Matt's doing all the editing, which is the hard part, because you know, filming, that's easy. Yeah. It's editing. That's where the hours are and the time is, and so we're trying to just month by month go through and build.
Why do you have so many pictures?
Because people have different interests, you know.
But they have 1,266 interests.
Yeah, and you have beginner and more. They have intermediate, beginner, advanced. So you have different levels of art. And then Matt had an idea one day. He goes, "What if you do the same painting, but you do a beginner version, and intermediate, and advanced?"
Genius.
I'm like, it was genius. Yeah. So we're on our third series of those. We've already have one done, the middle one is almost done, and then we're going to start another one of those. Plus we've done videos on ceramics, you know, how to paint a ceramic with dry brush, how do you paint a piece of wood, 3D wood. So we're doing all the things. We've done fluid art, which we love. I love
What's fluid art?
Yeah. That's when you have your acrylic paints and we add a flow medium to them, so that way they don't just turn to mud. So you can pour them in a colander over a canvas or over a piece of wood or a ceramic, and it just blends everything. It doesn't blend together, but it just mushes out and it looks amazing. It's abstract art. Anybody can do it. A 2-year-old can do it. You know, there's no age limit on it.
That's what you should do. Abstract art. Yes.
Matt did one and I filmed him. That was fun. We kind of did a role reversal.
Let's do a Be Encouraged abstract art scene.
Yes, that would be awesome.
I want to be on their video.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We'll wear all your merch.
Right.
The Be Encouraged show.
Yeah. And that's so encouraging because anybody can do it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that is. I'm anybody. Better than nobody. Right?
That's right.
Somebody.
Yeah. So, give us a picture. If you can define a human that needs to know about brush crazy, tell us, who are these humans out here that need to know?
Anybody who can breathe needs to come to Brush Crazy. Anyone who needs to eat needs to go to I Heart Mac and Cheese.
That was good. That's a good one.
Actually, it wasn't. Let me tell you why it wasn't. For both of you. I'm going to tell you why it's not. Because if you're everybody, then typically you're nobody. You're not defining the people that go, that their ears perk up when they say Brush Crazy. So who are the ear perkers?
Yep. Mostly women, mostly from the ages of 19 to 50-ish, 60-ish. Because we kind of base that on our Facebook. You know, just tracking those numbers. Lots of birthday parties for kids. So then you kind of have a group that's all kids. Then you have your date nights. Then you have your girls' night out. So we're kind of niche market based on, you know, celebrating life events.
Absolutely. And we'll let those other people bring in everybody's.
Exactly.
Right? But you got to target somebody, right? They have legitimate business,
and I think because we offer so many different things, we have struggled with marketing because we offer so much. Whereas, you know, our competition is just, they're canvas, they're ceramics, they're wood, and we do all of it plus candles, plus tie-dye, plus plus karaoke.
Well, why
nights.
do you continue to build? Is your competitor doing better than you?
Do you know my husband, Doug Marsh? There you go.
Remember, he's up here
There you
dreaming
go.
and flying.
He's my visionary.
Yeah.
So there's always another thing to add.
Yes.
Always. We're starting to do some things like hydro dipping's not as popular, so we're going to phase out hydro dipping.
What is hydro dipping?
Yeah.
So that's when you have a bucket of water and we were using oil base. You put all the inks on top, take your piece of wood, dip it in there, and now it's all marbled, similar to the fluid art, but it was an oil based thing. So it's just abstract art.
Yeah. But nobody was hydro dipping?
Right, not as much. So we're going to let that.
They may not know what it is.
Skinny
though.
dipping, hydro dipping.
Has nothing to do with the other, Frank.
That's not our demographic.
Yes. Not looking for that.
No, just
I heard there's a hot springs close by that does that. You can find your niche market up there.
And if you go on the wrong day, you will be surprised.
Yes.
We made sure we went on the right day.
Okay.
I went on the wrong day.
I bet you did.
I didn't. Not really. It was an accident.
That's what Bob Ross called it.
Yeah,
It was an accidental wrong day.
Yeah.
And I ran. Man, I don't want to see that. All right, so they're not skinny dipping at Brush Crazy.
No.
And hydro dipping, how long do they have to hydro dip before the dip's over?
Yeah, you bet. So, till the product runs out, we'll still keep using the product as it goes. But
Okay. Yeah. If you need the hydro dip, they still got you.
Yeah.
that's right.
Right.
That's right.
You're so awesome.
Hydro dippers.
I know. It is so much fun. There's a million franchisees on Earth. Why'd you pick that?
Well, my sister sent me a video back in 2020. It was I Heart Mac and Cheese's franchise call for franchisees video, and it looked like a fun family atmosphere. And that's what I wanted to do. Right after losing Tony, I wanted something that the whole family could get behind and we could all do, and something fun. We all love food.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves food.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just kind of what we all knew. We all know how to run food.
Well, I'm lactose intolerant.
You and me both.
You too?
I am.
So what you got for me?
Vegan cheese sauce.
Yes.
You can
You
put
have
your
to
vegan
try
cheese
it.
on your grilled cheese sandwich.
Yep.
You can put your vegan cheese sauce on your mac and cheese,
And your broccoli.
on your broccoli,
I like broccoli. I'm
Yeah.
one of
on your
those
tater
greens
tots.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
We'll
awesome.
go have lunch.
Yeah, can we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. All right, guys, it is on camera. Lisa's taking me to lunch.
With his card.
Yeah, play that back. Did you record
Since
that?
you're the gentleman.
I think they ran out of film right there.
Yes.
Checking.
Oops, delete.
Oh, Frank.
Robert Frost's quote. I know, Lisa, you just love this one
Yes.
because I just love seeing it. You know, we all know this quote, Carrie. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So for Carrie Mann, what is your road less traveled?
Wow. I think just being a woman-owned business is a big road less traveled. It's not popular to be a franchisee woman.
Really?
No,
Yeah, I've never done
seems like
been
a
in that
very
space, so yeah.
male-dominant field, and so, I don't know.
Our franchisees are women.
Yes.
And we might have a new one in Wyoming, in Rock Springs this next year.
That's
we'll be
pretty
looking for
exciting.
that. And she's a
Really?
single mom.
Yeah. And what is your road less traveled, young lady?
Marrying Doug.
She said it. I didn't say it.
Sorry, that was the audio.
Stop that.
I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for Doug. Because
That is true.
he is a dreamer. He's a
Without a
pusher.
doubt.
Yeah, I
He's
I
awesome.
would never have done it.
Yeah.
I would have stayed with just canvas. He's like, hey, let's do ceramics. I'm like, hey, let's don't. And we did ceramics. Yeah, and ceramics is 5 times, we do 5 times more ceramics than any other product in the studio.
Oh,
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah.
Right on,
Yeah.
Doug.
Well, it's genius because it breaks.
It does.
And then people
You
need
have
to
come back
replenish.
and do it.
Come back
It's
again.
Almost
Yes.
like a consumable.
Exactly.
Well, you run out of wall space for canvases.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
right.
Yeah,
That's true.
and even wood. Yeah.
And even wood.
Yeah, how many
Yeah.
Yep.
pieces
But
do you need? But
little
ceramics,
pieces of ceramic, you
yeah.
can do all
Yep.
kinds of
Make great
seasonal,
gifts.
everything.
and the candles too. He wanted to add the candles, so we got the whole process done. We've had those since last October. So, because you can choose your own fragrance, you can either put it in a mug that you make at Brush Crazy, or buy a tin that's there, or bring an outside project in to fill. So you can have your
Very
favorite
cool.
candle. You just keep
neat.
bringing it in.
You got a big space.
Yeah, we can hold 150 people at a time. So great for events.
Yeah, it is. What's challenging us to get people in mass? I think one of my thoughts about our community, we're very slow to creative spaces. We are. We don't seem to move there and move. I think it's a missing piece, to be perfectly honest, to
Yeah.
make us the greatest city that we could possibly
Yes.
be.
Yeah.
When we step across that line and get into that creative space. So how are we going to do it, Don?
It's a good question. I mean, for us, it's just keep being on places like this, being on Fox 21, handing out flyers, going to restaurants saying, hey, we can come to you, or you can come to us. And
Yeah, by the way, Fox 21, we will be calling you for a sponsorship.
Yep.
there you go.
Since she mentioned you.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
can't mention anything when I come on your show. So.
Yeah.
Right? Reason why they don't have us, right?
You know we talk about everything.
Everything we do. But Brush Crazy, I just love the name. I love the positioning. I know, and I know Doug and you, because I've seen your faces during the times when it's when it's struggle,
Yeah.
when it's struggle
Yeah.
city
Yeah.
and stuff. But you guys got a no give up attitude.
Yeah.
Really. And a lot of that, I think, is faith-based, too, because I just know that God is in control, right? I see
Yes.
him as the one
yeah.
that's moving and shaking. I still have to seek him. I still have to say, okay, what's next? Give me wisdom. I need this. I need that. But yeah, if it wasn't for my belief, I would have given up a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, John 14 says, first verse is, don't let your hearts be troubled, right? That's because in chapter 13, all the disciples, Jesus was going, you know what, you're going to betray me, you're going to leave me, you guys suck, you know. This is
But don't be troubled.
Don't allow your heart to be troubled. And the Greek word is, don't allow your heart to shudder.
Yeah. But that's very appropriate to today's world. You know,
Yes.
hard and how everything is so challenging. Step by step building blocks of anything is such a challenge. But to not give up because God's your backbone.
That's
he's,
right.
He's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I say every day. These are your stores with my name on them, so you better drive that car.
Yes.
As you're grabbing the wheel. Come on now.
Take your wheel. It's hard to do sometimes.
Here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
How does your husband, how does he fit into this thing?
Yeah.
So my husband, for most of our marriage, worked 14 hours a day. He was a UPS driver, and he always worked long hours, and was barely home at night before he'd go to bed and get up. And
Do
he
it
always
again.
wanted to do something. He was always busy. Well, in 2023, we had him retired from UPS because
He retired?
He retired
because he
because
could.
he needed to, because there were other things that we're doing that we needed him home for more than being out working all the time. So he we live on 5 acres, and there's a lot of things to take care of on a big property with, and so he does that. But we own some real estate. He does a lot of maintenance for buildings and houses.
Oh, he stays busy.
He stays busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes to my mom's house and shovels
Shovels and plows.
and
yeah.
plows our
Yeah.
driveway.
Aw.
Yeah. Because,
sweet.
Doug and I suck at
What's
that.
his name?
Mike. Mike.
What's his phone number?
Yeah, exactly. Let's get Mike on speed dial.
And Mike and his brother Craig,
Mike
they'll
and Craig,
come
yeah.
over and watch football with my mom.
They do. That was their
That
every
is
Sunday. We're
so
going to close
sweet.
football.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because I could care less about football. I'm
Yeah,
like,
my wife could care less,
Yeah.
but she watches with me because she loves me.
See, that's sweet.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. John looks like this sometimes. That's it.
John's not a big football fan.
No, he is.
Is he?
He just
Okay.
is married to me.
Oh,
I don't even have a TV in my living room. Yeah, it's a thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's a trigger.
It's a trigger.
Trigger. I got a lot of triggers.
A TV.
Oh
we'll
yeah.
get into that later.
Yeah, we'll unpack that
I don't even
behind
know.
the scenes.
Therapy's right after this.
Oh, right.
Art therapy, of course.
Yes, art therapy.
Yeah. She's already got 8 therapists, so.
I have 2. I whittled it down to just twice a month
Perfect.
with 2, so I have, yeah. It's good. That's all good. It's a good balance. I mean, the last 2 years I've been 2 therapists every single week. So
Yeah,
this
that's
year
a
I'm
lot.
good. I started the new year off just once a month, 2
There you go.
therapists.
There you go.
Yeah.
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 Well, you need it. You're working with Frank.
Thank you. Did you hear that?
What'd she
I
say?
said she needs it. She's working with you.
It's the other way around. It's the other way around, girlfriend.
She knows what's up.
She said that she obviously
Oh
doesn't
my
know.
God.
You guys
Oh, my
trying to
cheeks
do
hurt.
that women power and gang up on the brother here, right? And 2 more out here,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So, yeah, you got me right.
Yeah. Not really.
She said, "No, I don't got you."
Is there a bus nearby? Someone's getting thrown under.
It's getting warm in there.
Yes, sir.
Brett's crazy. Right? What
Yes.
great. Have you
Love
been
it.
there yet?
I have not been there yet.
When are you coming?
I need to come. We need to come.
We need to set a
We need
date.
to do this. Yes.
Set a date. I'm
We
here
will
2
do
more
it.
weeks before I go up to Montana again.
Okay.
And then we'll be back in about a month.
All right. We will figure it out.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wonderful. Boy, it's so much fun having you guys
Yeah.
here together. Right? You always had as much fun with Don?
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Remember the camping grin? Are you kidding?
Yeah, she's recovered from that. Right?
What happens camping stays camping.
That's right. Actually, we've gone to Vegas with her sister, and we
we've
had a
been
cousins trip.
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep up with those. We need another
Yeah, we
one.
are long overdue for a cousin's
Yeah,
trip.
I think
Definitely.
so. I think so.
We used to do weekly game nights.
Yeah,
and just,
playing pinochle and
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah, you guys, you do
Eating.
pinochle. Call Michelle.
Oh, yeah?
She loves
She loves that?
Yeah, I don't play. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And see, my mom won't play.
I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. So.
It's fun.
Yeah,
But-
spades.
Is that cards?
Card game.
Okay.
Card game.
All right.
and you need a little more skill. It's not just like dominoes where
Oh, yeah.
they fall where they fall. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little more strategy.
Okay.
Because Doug does not play games that are.
No, Doug is very competitive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know Doug,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We know that.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. My husband John's competitive too. And he likes all the strategy card
Okay.
games.
We figure out where we're sitting at the table once Doug sits down.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's a right side of Doug and a wrong side of Doug.
Oh. So all the new guests sit on the wrong side. That's just evil.
Weeds out the weak ones.
Yes.
I'm competitive too. If you're gonna play, win.
Yeah.
That's what my mom
Yeah.
said.
Oh,
she
yeah.
She said there's love and family, but then there's games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
win at the games.
Yeah. I don't want to be the first loser.
Yeah.
My kids love playing spades with me. I got dad. I got dad. Because they know I'm in it to win it.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, you guys, creating great culture, the community. If you could, what does this community need to do to support you better?
Wow.
I mean, just be straight up. Tell
Straight
them. This is
up.
what you guys need to
Come
do.
in often.
Come in often.
Tell everyone you know and cater with us. We
Catering.
do catering.
Yes.
You just did that one, was it yesterday or the day before? Pueblo. She's like, come on, we're to Pueblo. We have a catering job.
We did catering before. So that
Okay.
was Thursday. We did a big
Okay.
catering for a doctor's office.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went down to Pueblo to go to my other stores.
Yeah, so small business. Where do you spend most of your days?
In my car. Driving from one store to the next store to the next store.
Do you?
I spend a lot of time in my car. Yeah.
Why do you have to do that?
Yeah.
You don't have any leaders at your...
No,
they
I have
have great
leaders at every
leaders.
store.
Yeah.
But there's things that I can do to make their jobs easier. So, and to make it easy on myself, I have found better prices buying in bulk on certain paper items and things like that. So, again, we live on 5 acres. I've got a storage area so I can buy things and store them, but then that means they don't get delivered on the weekly trucks that deliver to the stores.
You
So that's
are the
me.
weekly
I am the weekly truck.
You're it. Yeah.
And then somebody has to take the wheelbarrow full of cash to the bank, right?
I'm signing up for that.
Yeah.
I'll do that for you.
That didn't quite go over as well as I thought it would.
But it
But
is
no.
time,
But
money,
it's true.
gas.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's a thing. Yeah.
You
So we know you're
bank-
lying like a rug.
all the little errands, all the little things to be done. Instead of sending my managers out of store,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that for
Yeah,
them.
that.
absolutely.
Just-
100%.
It makes more sense for me to be the one running around than them. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What other things are you doing besides coming on there, Be Encouraged with Frank and Lisa, to get your word out?
To get my word out. I have a lot of radio and some TV advertising. I've got some golf course advertisements that have been up for a while that are not performing well, so those are not being renewed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that for a while with my son's roofing company.
Yeah.
We had nothing.
It's hard to target like where people are going to see you best.
Yeah.
So my husband, we're old school, obviously. Domino's back in the day, they did door hanging, which is taking postcards to people's doors. Well, a lot of no solicitors.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do that so much anymore. A lot of neighborhoods are now locked down. You can't go in there.
Yeah.
And so now we stand on the street with our signs and shake signs as cars drive by. And that is 90% effective in the moment. Like right then, people are like, oh, you're right there. Let me just turn around and go right there. Yeah.
Have you tried high school banners on the football fields?
Yeah, so we're on. We're at a couple of high schools. We're on some T-shirts that they shoot them out to the crowds.
Yep,
And then
exactly.
the kids wear them at school. We're on a couple T-shirts. I try to do fundraisers for schools where they come to us. You know, we give them a day. We give back 20% of whatever the day's profits are that day. So
Okay.
Are you working with Banning Lewis already?
no, they
Perpetuity?
have not called me.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you can
No.
call them.
Oh, I know,
And pitch
yeah.
it. That's why I was
Well,
asking. 'Cause-
So that's a job for my managers to reach out to
Okay.
different places for
Yeah.
for fundraisers and things.
Woodman and
and
Mark Shuffle Banning
Woodman
is
is
right there.
yeah, they're a little busy right now to make some phone calls, so that we have not done. I do have 2 fundraisers for them. One for Prairie Hills Elementary next week, and in April it is Meridian Ranch Elementary School. So
Okay, cool.
yeah,
So you're seeing some ROI from TV, radio?
not as much as I would like. I don't want to not like I had a huge budget when I opened my Voyager store and was on I think every TV channel and most radio stations I could find. It's not as profitable as it needs to be. Word of mouth is kind of a bigger thing, and we've really put all of our effort into our social medias, and that's helping a lot. Demographically, like I always ask customers, especially at grand opening, like where do you find us? Where do you see us? Voyager is not a big area on social media, so that works well for my radio and some TV ads in there. Pueblo West, every single person who came in from for grand opening that day, their answer was, I saw you on social media or I drove by and watched it be built. Those were the, I never heard, we heard you on TV or radio from any customer there. And Woodman has been the best mix of everything. We drove by, it took forever for you guys to open.
Yeah.
Well, not us personally, because
Yeah.
we opened really fast, but
Yeah.
but yeah, so I don't know. I think things like this and social media and us being out on the street shaking our signs and just being present personally, that's where we find our most customers. So, yeah. I need to be better like your mom and always have postcards and flyers.
Yep.
Like I don't even carry business cards half the time.
Yep.
They're in my bag in my car, but they're not on my body. So I need to be better about that.
Yeah.
So,
My mom is a walking billboard for both of us. She
So
has
good.
that shirt and this shirt,
Yep.
and that's all
She
she
does
wears.
such a
I want
good
to meet Mom.
she is such
Yeah,
a PR
like,
queen.
she is
She doesn't
a
even know
PR
it, but she
queen.
is such a
Yeah.
PR queen.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
I love Aunt
That's
Flo.
how Flo does. This is the year. This is the year. I'm talking to you. This is the year for Brush Crazy.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, and we want to see this business explode on the scene. We need you guys
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell Doug stop adding so many.
That's why we want his printed industries to go well. So
Yeah.
because he loves doing
Focus
T-shirts.
on
He's
that.
so
Yeah.
good at. He did her cups for her grand opening
Oh
at
my gosh,
Woodman.
they're so
So cute. Yeah, we painted a mural for her. So yeah, there's so many
Yeah.
other things that
Can you
Yeah.
do orders on websites for people if their company wants
yeah.
people to order merch and
Yep,
then he
it's
can
being
make
built
them?
right now. So hopefully in a couple weeks it'll be like
Yeah.
right on track.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's that one company's branded itself? Are you for imprint certain? You see that commercial?
I have not, but that's funny.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, big printing company.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I know you're certain, but are you for imprint certain?
Right.
Right? What a great tagline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell them.
All right, Dawn. So our time is coming to a close, and as you know, we're all about infusing hope and encouragement to the world. So I would like to start with you, since you don't know what's coming.
I have no idea.
So if you wouldn't mind looking at the camera and encouraging the world, and then letting them know how to reach you.
Absolutely. So I am so glad to be here, and I'm glad you guys are all watching. Of course, from the bottom of my heart, if you could ever take some time just to allow God to speak His love into your heart. No matter what your experience has been, let Him heal any negative experience you've ever had. Don't blame people for bad experiences that you've had with the church, because God's not the church. He is so much bigger and loves us so much. And He's created creativity, obviously. He's given us so many different gifts and talents, and He's allowed me to bring creativity to the cities that we're in. And I hope to continue to do that even through Patreon and social media, etc. So for you to be able to help us keep our doors open, bring people in, but most of all, just get creative, let God love you, and love others.
Man, how do they reach you?
They reach us through brushcrazy.com, patreon.com/brushcrazy, Instagram /brushcrazy. You can also call us locally here at 719-368-2525, and we're where are we? 4416 Austin Bluffs Parkway.
Yes.
Here in Colorado Springs, not too far between, Barnes and right there.
Yeah.
Austin
Academy
Bluffs.
and
Right next to the
Yeah,
Ark.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is awesome. You don't want to be labeled next to the Ark.
That's right.
You
Nope.
don't.
Nope.
Take
It's not
that
always
back.
it's not always our customer, but we're like, hey, Dutch Brothers and Starbucks is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
City Hub is there. Love City
Yep,
Hub.
City Hub's
City Hub.
awesome.
DC
Yeah.
Church.
Yeah,
DCC
yeah,
Church.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
still
Because I
support
love
them.
you.
'Cause I love
Yes,
Yes.
I love you.
It's your turn.
My turn.
Encourage the world, ladies.
I feel really put on the spot now. I would say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Just love your neighbors, love each other.
Golden rule.
That's what life is all about. Like
Yes.
we need family. We need friends who become family. We need to love ourselves and love each other as best as we can. So.
Yeah. And how do they reach you, young
How do
man?
they reach me? 3 locations. One is on Voyager across the street from Compassion International. One is in Pueblo West, the Safeway Shopping Center. And the new baby is off of Woodman and Mark Shuffle next to KO Chicken, which is finally going to open.
What kind of chicken?
KO, I think it's a Korean hot chicken. They've
KO?
KO, like
She's
not
KO Photography. If you need a photographer for your next event, go to her. Carrie Ann is awesome.
So, yeah.
Right on.
But yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being with us.
Yeah.
Before we wrap, we need to spotlight our sponsors once more, Lisa.
sir.
Westco Insurance. Karen Butcher loves helping people save and get the best service ever. Please contact us to our website at beencouraged.net or go to westcoinsurance.com, and Karen would be available. She's my agent.
She's mine too.
And she does great work. And also Planet Duct. Brandon Kirk and his team offer astronomical air duct cleaning with the most powerful vacuum trucks in Colorado, because they are stronger than the vacuum of space. Indeed.
We use them too.
So visit us at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor and get your business name out there to our growing audience. Our platinum sponsor has seen an aggressive 900% growth in their business in just 7 months. So please like and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn to join us on our journey to extend hope and encouragement and help people realize their potential through networking, collaboration, and community involvement. And remember, if you want to join us internationally, go to our website and select International via Instagram to join us live from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. We have Frank and Lisa with the Be Encouraged show, our Monday drug.
Yes.
Right.
We were in Ireland this morning.
Yes,
That
we
was
were.
fun.
It was fun, indeed. So we'll see you next Monday. Thank you guys again
Thank you
for
for
being a
having
part
us.
of our show. Have a wonderful week.